Boxing King Media in association with Boxer heavyweight Jeremiah Milton, fresh off another knockout where you've sent somebody to dreamland. A couple of days ago now on the Jake Paul undercard. You know what you're feeling? You know, is it all? Because there was, I don't know if you know or not, there were 60,000 people watching that live on the Showtime YouTube channel.
Yo, mad. I mean, I'm still trying to process. This is only a couple days out for me. So like, yeah, it's just like, you want to assess what you did in the fight. You want to, also just kind of like make sure you say hello to all your family so that they don't feel left out. And yeah, like all your people. And so like, there's a lot going on right now.
What was the experience like? Obviously, you know, you was part of the prelim card. It was all on YouTube, and like I said, there was a huge audience tuning in. Heavyweight fight, good opponent, but you kind of kept calm.
Yeah, no. I think, man, the experience, man, it was something like something totally different. I haven't been on a stage that big yet. That was like one of the biggest stages I probably have been on. But everything is still boxing. So like that felt comfortable to me. When I get in the ring, I'm just gonna do what I do. But I'll say this, man, like the build up, all the excitement, all the crazy stuff around it, it was a proper show, man. I really enjoyed it.
I remember you saying, you know, last time round when you were supposed to fight in the Jake Paul undercard, and I think it was Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight in New York, which fell through. And obviously you was out of pocket, but I remember you telling me Jake covered half your purse. And then Jake is quite open about people fighting on his undercard. He pays them well. So how was that side of the experience for you? Does he back up what he says? You know, was you paid well and was you looked after well? He obviously promised you a fight on his undercard, and obviously he did that.
No, you know what? Yeah, when the first fight fell out, he paid for the half of the undercard. This wasn't my highest paycheck from the actual fight this time. And there was a lot of factors that went into that. Actually, like I didn't do well at all on the paycheck, but the experience was just was unmatched. Being out there, being amongst all those different fans that were like coming into the sport, the exposure was something that was just totally different. Yeah, I wish I could say that about the paycheck, it being the biggest paycheck or anything, something stupid like that. But like, actually, I took a pretty good hit on this one.
Any particular reason why? Anything you could talk about? If not, it's not a problem.
I think it's just I think it's just like just part of the game, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pay people, and money starts coming out of that money before it even hits your pocket. So, you know, that is what it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of fans don't realize that the amount of people boxers have to pay out to from managers, trainers, you know, agents, all sorts of crazy fees, promoter fees, fees to fight on cards. There's a lot, and before you know it, you got nothing left.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was very surprised when I got my paycheck, but hey.
It is what it is, man. And are you looking to continue fighting on Jake Paul undercards, or do you think there might be other routes for you? Because obviously Jake's going to continue fighting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think whichever way it goes down, I'm a must see TV type of guy, um, and those cars are freaking fun, man. I enjoyed every bit of the hospitality that they showed. They were very thorough. Um, it was well put together. So yeah, definitely looking forward to continue to do some work with them in the future, and you know maybe we'll get things more settled out better on the business end next time. But yeah, other than that, it was great.
And you'd always back it up, you know, from highlight reel knockouts to, you know, putting people into a space where they can't recover, and that's what he did with this last guy. You know, he got clipped as well. I think is that the cleanest you'd say you've been hit? That right hook he took in round 5, I think it was. But he
Uh,
took it.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't really get hit too often. You know, I I was just going in there, so I really didn't feel too much of a shot. But I know he got me a couple of, he might have got a couple of shots in, but the game is to not be hit. You know what I'm saying? So like, all things considering, man, like, you know, more about the background stuff. I'm not taking anything away from Buddy or anything like that, but so my coach Rodney, he was in Australia for Devin Haney. He's working with Devin Haney, so he was gone. I had like just to figure things out, man. I had no coach out here, so the first couple of weeks I'm just training myself. There's like no sparring in Vegas. I sparred 4 rounds for this fight, and it was a technical sparring with a southpaw who was undersized for me. So like we were just like, and just not ideal, man. I'm just being honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I worked my ass off, man, and I ran into another coach over here in Vegas, Eric, and he gave me a really good push going into like the last couple of weeks. He got me with me on the mitts, and did some other things with me. But for the most part, man, I gotta just tip my hat off for this because there was no film on this guy. There was nothing online about him. Uh, he had one good win on his record, but I knew this guy he beat wasn't me. And so I knew, like, just to fall back on what my experience level, you know what I'm saying? The people I've been in here with, everything that I've been through. Yeah, because going into the biggest stage of my life, and there was like there was no workout here. I was gonna go spar with Carlos Negron out there in Miami, but that I've missed a flight on that, so it didn't even happen. Yeah, just we just got this one out the mud, baby.
And you showed terrific composure because that guy was very tricky. He was boxing with his hands down, throwing looping shots, which for any boxer is a complete nightmare. But you kept your composure and you got the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I could see where his style would, upset a lot of heavyweights or, give him problems or frustrate him. And, that crowd was a bit different too, man. Even with like when guys are like, they just want you to just go out there and kill, 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 kill. It's not like the typical boxing crowd, yeah. So hearing them like upset because he's running and it's no real action, you don't let that, play into nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could care less because I know what I'm about to do. I know it's just a matter of time. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm always trying to look to make an entertaining fight. So it's just a matter of time of just not walking into anything dumb, which, I probably did walk into a dumb shot here or there, but like, making sure I limit those mistakes, especially considering.
Good man. And what is next for you, Jay? Are you due to back out again this year, or do you reckon it'll be next year now?
No, man. Yeah, I'm looking for a December date. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get something going for the end of the year. I could definitely do one more before the year is over with. So yeah, hopefully we go December. Nothing on paper yet though.
Okay. Will that be on like an influencer type card or like a top rank? Or you fought on top rank before? You don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I'm thinking we'll probably go back to top rank or something. I just I hope that we can continue getting these network dates. Wherever we fit on the card is where we fit on the card. But all the momentum is there. I'm producing every time, and I'm looking to hopefully like get an opportunity to like just step up.
Good man.
Like
And with regards to just staying on the American scene, you will have seen obviously rapper Takeoff who was shot the other day. Have you seen the video? Shakur Stevenson apparently stood right next to him seconds before he was shot.
yeah,
Put life into
yeah,
perspective.
absolutely. You know, it's such a sad situation. I'm a type of guy, man. I ride high on my emotions. That's me and my connection with God. I think that's something He put in me. Um, so like I was really bothered by that news, to where like it was kind of hard for me to even enjoy my day yesterday. Because you feel it. Such a senseless thing happening, and for a guy like all I can say is just, you got to be careful. You got to know when to move around. You know, a lot of people know me and they wouldn't know like the background that I come from. necessarily, but like everybody's come from a little bit of something, and in those situations, like nothing good really happens after that. As my mom would always tell me, you know. So that was her way of trying to get me back in the house, and you know, sometimes you just got to move around for people who ain't got nothing to lose. So for any other young athletes or up and coming artists, even or people that are in these situations, like once, because I mean, look, this guy had everything going for him. This young man was my age, at the prime, at the peak of his career and success, and he just happened to be standing in the wrong spot. So as much as you would like to mix and mingle with some people, and you never forget where you come from, but you do have to move accordingly because it's sad. It could have been anybody, and we hate that it was him. You know, uh, so yeah. To my advice to anybody that's out there is just like you know, just know when it's time to go ahead and move around. Certain environments ain't for you.
Definitely, that's good advice to any young upcoming fighter. And then talking about young upcoming fighters, I just wanted to touch on the Conor Benn situation. Have you guys been keeping up to date with what the latest is in the US?
Yeah, no, I think the world felt that fight, man. You know, uh that that's a
Did you see
that's a
Conor
great
Benn's reply?
yeah, yeah, yeah. About about not fighting for the British board and stuff. And you know, I wouldn't I I would just not point fingers right now. I wouldn't blame nobody else because at the end of the day, he was the athlete that popped. I couldn't imagine the situation that he's in, and he's had interviews in the past where he said he needed to check all this stuff and this and that. So like, you are aware about what goes in your body. I drink a gallon of water every day, and I keep it very simple. It's sad that people really will try to, you know, and not saying an athlete all the time, but people will try to lead you to do this or do that, or maybe put something in your stuff. But you got to be very aware and careful, and it's not the type of response anybody's waiting to hear. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I think they have a phenomenal team. Just you can bounce back, man. You can bounce back for sure, but like, yeah, don't nobody's feeling that empathy for you right now. It sucks, but it's true.
I think there was a suggestion that he's probably eating 30 to 34 eggs a week. Is that normal?
Oh,
Is that normal for a boxer? Do you have any, that's what, about 5 eggs a day?
you know what? I don't cut weight, so I don't know anything about uh what those guys eat, man. I'm a heavyweight. I eat how I choose to eat. Now I eat well, but like I never had a dietitian or nothing like that. Um, so yeah, that's a lot of eggs, dog. I mean, maybe try peanut butter or something.
Okay, and I just want to get your opinion on. I don't know if you saw Dan Raphael did a few interviews, and I think he suggested that this in his words, the excuse of that it was a trace amount is a diversion, and he feels that it's just diversionary tactics by Conor Benn and his team.
Yeah, I mean, who?
Dan
You,
Raphael.
yeah, yeah. You know what? You can't really call it like I say. I don't I don't see why going into the biggest fight, like you would, unless he had a history of doing some stuff. I just don't. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't no foul play on their team. I really do.
Okay, and also, Jay, I was talking to you a while ago. I think you said that there may be some chance of you maybe popping to the UK for some more sparring. I know you've done Daniel Dubois in the past. Is there any news on that? Are you likely to come spar in the UK anytime soon again?
You know what? I'm actually waiting for the big man himself to get back with me. So if they do end up messaging me back, I told them I'd be available after my fight. I got a couple days for myself for holiday, my holiday, and then yeah, I'll be ready to go. So if they still need me out that way, I'll be helping them out for the December 3rd day.
Good man. We'll have to find another Turkish spot in probably Morecambe. Yeah, I think we destroyed the last one if you remember that.
Yeah, man, dude. Yeah. Yeah, definitely let me know, man. Because even off the last one, I was even getting ready for my own little fight, man. So I had another date to get back to, but I don't know if I don't get a date, then I'll be out there, and I'd love to come back, man, and explore some more of the UK.
Definitely. Shout out Peter Kadiru. Before we started eating, you told me this man can eat, and damn, can he eat?
Yo, shout out to my man Peter, man. He is a beast, dog. Like, you know what? And I was just waiting for him to slow down, but it never happened. Every day. Every day the man can really eat, dog. And I had to let you know, yeah. I was like, yo, trust me. You thought I was eating, dog, but this dude, yo, he was not playing.
Definitely. Jay, appreciate your time, man. Anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Yo, man, I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you for the gear, for the box raw gear. Everything fit really great. It's such a good company. I think you got me all this XL stuff. I think I'm going up to a 2X now. It's just I'm growing boy,
Yeah.
you know. But you know what? Everything is super fly. Everything is real swaggy. I was like, everybody like, man, yo, where you get this stuff? I'm like, yo, it's that box raw, man. It's that box raw. Trust me, I got a plug, man. So yeah, thank you for keeping up with me, man. Excited to continue to rep Boxing King Media. And for all the fans out there across the world and in the UK, thank you.